people of YouTube. As you can recall, last time we left off on Vampire Bloodline Masquerade, we were taking off from the house. We had just finished up the haunted house quest. We were going to return the amulet and take it from there. You had to deal with Theresa, and I'm forgetting the other crazy bitch's name. Both of them quite fun, though. They can be quite enjoyable if you play with both of them properly. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad time. So, we're going to quickly move through, get things done, get out of here as fast as possible, and hopefully be getting ready to lead to the finale of this little area. Hopefully we'll be able to go through, just whip some ass, take names, not take names, probably, because, well, names don't really matter. I can't even remember half of the people's names, to be honest. I just kind of play. I have always been horrible at names, completely and utterly. I have played games with people and things like that. I have forgotten the people's real life names, and I just remember their characters' names. And I kind of refuse to learn their real names until I feel that it's necessary. Where I'm like, oh, am I going to see you more than 5 times? Because if so, then sure, fuck you, door. Then sure, I'll remember. Ooh, I see a shiny. There we go. Hello there.
I was just having naughty thoughts about you.
Oh, I'm
you made
sure
quite an
you
impression
were.
Earlier. Did you come up just to cheer lonely little me?
I brought this for Theresa.
Can I see it?
I'd rather
I'm
give
not
it to
just
her.
some silly doll, you know. All my life, my sisters made me out to be a joke. She told you I was an embarrassment, didn't she? That I couldn't tie my shoes, let alone hold on to something for her. Is that it?
No. See, I always find it interesting when girls, and sometimes guys,
she's the smart one. She's
take
the
this
favorite.
aspect
She's
of, like,
one.
I'm the
That's not
victim.
fair. I'm not a fool.
You should help me. I feel so sad. I feel blah blah blah. No, I don't care. I understand, but I can't give it to you.
It's like to have your own flesh and blood ripping you apart on a daily basis for 2 lifetimes? Can you?
It's only been 2. Sorry.
Fine, you hold on to it.
And see, that's the thing, the whole faking, where she just quickly jumps to it. Fine, you hold on to it.
A teensy tiny favor for little troubled me.
Sure.
Do you
Put
know
a smile
Gallery
on my
Noir
face.
down the street? I happen to know there's a charity event being organized there. Lots of influential Santa Monicans slithering in for token appearances.
Yep.
But there's one thing they don't know. The whole event's been set up by a kindred trying to establish their own power clique in our city. And we can't let that happen, can we? So I need some brilliant young upstart to spoil the milk.
Let's go slit some throats then, shall we?
I promise this won't take long. Take
this knife. Okay, yeah, sure. Alright,
I'm sure
painting
Therese will be
slashing.
thrilled to honor your agreement when you get back. But in the meantime, get to the museum and ruin those paintings. Then pay me a visit. I want to hear all about it. Hurry up. I can only amuse myself for so long.
Never intentionally keep you waiting, Jeanette.
Oh,
Goodbye.
and there was something about the paintings. What was it? I can't remember. Oh well, have fun, Duckling.
I'm sure she has a lot of fun stuff in here to keep herself entertained for hours, but, well, I'm not actually seeing any outlets. For those of you who get that joke, please do not say anything. So, we're off to take down a couple paintings and slash them up. Yeah, should be a fairly easy task. As I recall, there's a bit of a puzzle element. Well, not really too much of a puzzle. You have to cut them up in a certain order. And it's all story-based. If you know anything about, I guess you could say, theology, you would probably know. If not, I mean, if you know anything about vampires, you probably know it. So, there's a few ways to be able to tell the difference, but I'm guessing not everyone would know that, and some people would be forced to randomly guess.
Hey, hold on a minute there. I'm afraid you're committing a 351. That's trespassing on private property. I'm gonna have to ask that you vacate the premises immediately, or I'm afraid I'll be forced to radio this in.
Open the door.
Sure. Yeah, I can do that. Right this way.
Where the hell is this guy going? Go. See, always nice to be able to dominate people like that. Just let me in. Get those Jedi mind tricks going on. Get my knife. So with this, as you can see, it's a quaint little gallery. Although, not sure if you could call this an art gallery with 4 pictures and 6 vases, all the same. So, you have King cursed by God, Cain meets Lilith, Cain spurns Lilith, and Cain slays Abel. So, if you know theology, he killed his brother, God said fuck you, he meets Lilith, Adam's first wife, says fuck Lilith. Then blood babies came to be. Bring it! Don't mind that. I accidentally lift open one of my chat windows. Die, bitch. Accidentally left open one of my chat windows. I am not going to steal from the charity box. I understand I could, I'm not going to. Yeah, I'm not really one for stealing from charity. Killing someone, that's one thing. Stealing from charity... Stealing from charity is a completely different topic, though. Not really my thing. Like how the cops don't say jack shit about a guy walking out of a building with a knife. And it's like, yeah, that's normal. Don't worry about it. Pretty sure, like, they would have dropped 5 shots into me at least if they had seen me like that. Dude. Let's go back upstairs rather quickly. Zoom, zoom, zoom.
You. What were you thinking?
The bitch is
The
pissed.
museum. That was my event. Did you think I wouldn't find out?
You're always angry.
Shut up. I thought I could control my sister as long as Tongue was out of the picture. But nothing's changed. I should have expected that you'd succumb to Jeanette's influence like all the others. But how dare you!
I didn't do it.
Don't lie to me. Jeanette already confessed she tricked you into doing it. It was probably all Tongue's idea. I'll deal with them later. But that's still no excuse for you ruining my museum. Excellent.
Here's a present.
I'll take that. However, Jeanette claimed you did it for her. But let's say I believe you. After all, you've acted decently and rationally up to now. I imagine you'd still like me to call off the food.
Yes.
There's only one problem.
You
If
did
Tongue
agree
gets
to
word
it.
that I threatened Jeanette, which he most certainly already has, it's not likely he'll believe me. So, in order to call off the feud, you're going to have to convince Jeanette to forgive me first.
And how am I supposed to do
I
that?
made some threats against my sister. Idle threats, involving fire and her impious satin sheets.
Well, she was in them,
Took
of
them
course,
quite
wasn't
seriously,
it?
and is avoiding me. I want to meet with her. And
This
explain
bitch
the
really does
reason
strike me
in
as the
a
type
moment.
to just
I asked
set
her to meet me at the
everyone
Searchlight
on fire.
Diner to reconcile, but I'm busy with the club and my other endeavors. I'd like you to go to the diner and promise her that I don't plan to take any action against her. Wait for her in the back booth, near the phones.
Okay, I'll go,
I
and then
want
the
to see
feud is
my
off.
sister. Yes, I'll call it off once I've spoken with her myself. Just do what I ask.
Yes, yes, I'm not even listening to you anymore. Just bye. Bye. It's kind of interesting how there's no band, and this thing plays the same damn song every time. Hello there. Nice bubble. Okay, over to the diner, right? Why do I keep wanting to call it an inn? I don't know why. It keeps... yeah. It keeps popping into my head that way. Into the diner. By the payphone. Okay. So, yeah.
Hey, stop, man.
Come on. Where are you? Wow, you just shot your own teammate. Suck with guns. Let's switch it up to a knife. Behind here. No, hell no. Get rid of you. There we go. Got some ammo. Got a new shotgun. Some more ammo. Hey, dude.
I'm terribly sorry about that. My sister was just furious about your refusal to take part in her designs, so she sent those men to kill you. But I'm going to make sure it never happens again. Drop by. We'll take care of this tongue business. She's crazy! Help!
So I don't know about you guys, but I'm not entirely sure which one of the two actually sends her. Why did I commit a criminal violation? I didn't do anything. I was defending myself. They shot first. But anyway, I'm not entirely sure which one of the two crazy bitches sent it after us, but obviously one of them. Let's go check up on Jeanette and Teresa. Let's go.
You. I'm really sorry it had to end this way. I truly am. You seem promising, but you've been tainted by the stink of my sister's schemes. And now I'm going to make sure she never double-crosses me again. Don't listen to her. She'll kill us both. Save me and I'll help you find Bertram. I swear. Shut up, Jeanette. I warned you to stay away from Tongue. He's turned you against me. I always looked out for you, but you couldn't stand my success. You had to meddle, didn't you? I didn't want it to end like this, but you forced me. You never gave me any credit for anything, Therese. I was the one calling the shots. Bertram was dancing on my leash. How does it feel to know that I beat you?
So the crazy bitch finally snapped. Why are you both
Isn't it
fighting?
obvious? I'm about to rid the night of this deviant, backstabbing whore. Do you realize that despite her condition, she still fornicates with kind, no less?
I'm pretty sure I'd do the same thing. I mean,
So
I don't know about
You're gonna
half the
talk,
people on
dear
YouTube, but
sister.
fornication's
Or
still
should I say
a lot of
Daddy's
fun.
little girl?
I'm pretty sure being
Tell me
undead
just how
probably doesn't
decayed
bother
the
it.
Baron of Santa Monica can be. Shut up, Jeanette. You'd love the world to think you're a saint. When you thought I was asleep, I used to hear Father come in at night. I heard him whisper how much he loved you in your ear before he dumped.
This is kind of one of those
Before you're
situations of
dead.
sticking your fingers in your ear and just going
Don't you
la
wanna
la
hear what
la.
happened? How she became the pillar of the community she is today. Shut up. Just shut up.
Stop it
Don't
right
try
now.
to stop me. I've had to overlook
Children.
her treachery, her seduction, relations with my enemies, and the consequences of it. But I won't endure her any longer. Endure me? Dear sister, you've done everything you could to smother me. You love to bury me in your closet, along with all your other skeletons. I'm the good girl. You're the wicked one. You've done nothing but plot against me when I had our best interests at heart. And despite that, I've always covered up your mistakes. I've taken care of you. And this is how you repay me? Taking care of me. You've done nothing but keep me down, blame me for every mistake. Did you expect me to let you rule my life until the end of time? No, sister. You've had it coming since our last sunrise. Is that right, dear? If it wasn't for me, you would have never survived this long. Remember? They tried to separate us, but I refused. I chose this life and brought you into it so that we could stay together. Obviously, you've forgotten.
I'm actually kind of curious as to whether, you know, Teresa or Jeanette is the prime personality, I guess you would say. Like, honestly, the way it's kind of looking, Teresa was probably the original person. Both you work together.
Possible. How could I ever think to trust her again?
Like, she probably killed her sister, killed her father, and then completely lost her shit.
You always hated that he loved me. You disobeyed him. You brought men home when he wasn't there. You were an awful daughter to him.
That's all the past. Forget about it.
One day and mistook me for Therese. Because I'd fallen asleep in her bed. Don't listen to her. She's lying. Therese walked in while he was there, and she saw me lying with him, and so she went to the closet and pulled out his hunting shotgun, loaded it with deer shot, and blew his mind out all over the silly clown wallpaper. That's a lie. Father killed himself because of Jeanette. She made him miserable. As I recall, he died with a smile on his face.
And that's what makes me think she killed Jeanette as well. She probably blew out Jeanette's brains as well. And when she became a Malkavian,
Therese doesn't like to show.
When she became a Malkavian, she kind of developed her sister's personality as well.
Class and distinction, which is something a pigtailed face-painting harlot does not lend very well. You do have a way with words, sister. You're right. I'm not in the same class, am I? I mean, murderers are so respectful these days. But I only do it for... You do it because you're vindictive and jealous, and you deserve it.
Teresa?
No responsibility. So that she can ruin every opportunity I give her? Of course. You're the only one who can secure zoning permits and shake hands. I'd never be able to keep up. If she would stop treating me like a child, if she would start behaving like a rational adult. Yes, there was a time. When I was a child, I didn't have many friends. I suppose Jeanette was the only one. We never did get to go out of the house much. Father wouldn't allow us. He said we'd get hurt, so we stayed inside and we imagined our own worlds. And we spent so much time there together, ruling over those places. Those were happier times, before we grew apart.
You don't really want to kill each other.
I guess I don't. Jeanette, if I were to offer you equal control in Santa Monica, would you quit consorting with Tom? I'll stop working against you with him. But since I've got him in my pocket already, there's no reason for me not to pay him a little visit once in a while, when he can be of use. That's not a bad plan. There's just one more thing. I want to be in charge of Santa Monica, but only publicly. I want you to continue to convince others that our relations are strained. That way, we know who our enemies are. I agree. Take it.
Gun.
I'd hate to look at it again and think of what almost transpired. I suppose now that Jeanette and I have settled our differences, I'll call off the feud with Tongue. Bertram's hiding in an empty oil tank at the old gas station. I'll tell him to expect a visitor, and I'll ask him to be extra nice.
Thanks.
Please give Santa Monica's regards to the prince, and keep your tongue tied about what happened tonight, or we'll have to kill you.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. So, with that, we will be carrying on and finishing up our final mission in Santa Monica. Then we'll be heading out of here finally. This has been Dr. Triskai, apparently, since I'm dealing with psychiatric ward patients. Signing off. I hope you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Take care. Bye.